Welcome back to Frame Fatales, an all-woman speedrunning showcase here on Games Done Quick. I am Nikasaur here to commentate, and you've been watching for the mystery game, which is, get ready for it, dun dun dun, Shantae! With the one and only Tina Hacks!
Hello, hello!
Are you guys hyped for this or what? I know, I'm so excited to actually be watching. So Tina, tell me about this game a little bit.
Oh gosh, this game is super fun. It's been run a few times at GDQs. It's a quick-paced game. The movement feels real good. It's real fun to watch. Casually, it's got a ton of humor. We're going to be skipping that because text, but trust me, it's a real funny game.
It's hilarious, but we don't hear any of that.
That's right.
Pretend and laugh a lot. I am so thrilled. Whenever you're ready, just let us know.
All right, well, then I will count us down. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So we play on Pirate Mode, which is basically New Game Plus. It gives us all of the stuff that lets us go fast and sequence break right at the start of the game. And the story, as it is so far, is that we woke up because the town that we live in is under attack. By pirates, we're going to find out very soon. Well, not quite pirates. More like machine gun armored soldier people. So that seems bad.
It is not ideal, I would say.
There are better states to find your town in.
So you're saying that this is New Game Plus. You're rushing through so much stuff, right? That's all because of Pirate Mode?
Yep, so you'll notice that I have this dash move, and that is one of the items that you pick up in the course of the normal game. Here we're going to use a pike ball, and that's just going to let us get through this screen real quick, otherwise we'd be waiting here. It's about 30 seconds for each one of these platforms, and that's not good. Also, here's our friends. We're just going to jump over them because we don't want to talk to them.
Again, they're all making a hasty escape, so don't leave them.
So here we're going to find out, coming up, who is behind all this. Let's go ahead and take care of him.
A tank.
A tank, yeah.
With fried egg wheels.
Well, you know.
Are tanks generally pirate fare?
Not quite. So this is Ammo Baron, which is one of Risky's, the antagonist in most of the games. We're going to find out very soon is actually going to be a friend of ours right now. But this is one of Risky's old associates. We're going to find out in just a moment that he apparently has purchased the town. Which means that we've been committing crimes by assaulting him. So, you know.
You purchased an entire town? Apparently
yes,
in Shantae. Video games.
So, we've got a court summons. Not usually something that you celebrate, but here we are. So we're going to do, you know, really the only thing that you can do after you get a criminal record. We're going to go take a bath. Interesting note, Shantae doesn't own a bathtub.
Is she renting this or what? Oh!
So this was all a trick by Risky Boots, the antagonist in all of the other games. So, Cacklebats are going to be one of the enemies that we get really familiar with in this game. Specifically, in the run with all dark magic, which is what I'm going to be running, which gives us the true ending of the game, we have to kill every cackle bat that exists in the world. So get used to this animation where I've picked up the dark magic. So we're currently confined to town unless we have a good reason to leave. Reading books is a good reason to leave, I feel, so maybe let's go do that.
You care a lot about self-care in this run. You're taking baths, you're reading books.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You got a court summons, but just keep that stress down.
Yeah, what's a court summons between friends? So now's a great time to talk about one of the major bits of tech in this game. You're going to see me many times run kind of back and forth, and that is a glitch called the Risky Shuffle that I'm going to be making use of a lot in this run. So I'm using an Xbox One controller, and by inputting left on the D-pad and right on the stick, or vice versa, I can convince the game to let me charge up that dash move in a space that I'm not supposed to be able to. And that's real good for being able to sequence break, get fast movement in areas that I otherwise wouldn't be able to.
Completely leave your friends.
Completely leave my friends behind.
Shantae, you're back! No, I'm not! Gotta go! So, New Game Plus, you keep a lot of your old items. Is there anything else that you have to collect this time around?
So anything that isn't a power-up, I will be collecting. Basically, anything that isn't one of the main MacGuffins that I'm supposed to be collecting throughout the run. So down there, you saw me using my sword to kill those snakes. And if you pogo off of them that way, you can kill them a bunch of times, which it turns out it's really handy because they can drop a bunch of items. And so now I'm just turning in all of the stuff that I just collected. I got a bunch of flesh pops to feed to those little zombie kids so that our friend Bolo doesn't get eaten instead. And I also gave that travel brochure to Squid Baron, and he's a mid-boss from a previous game. And he's kind of got mid-boss ennui. He's really depressed. He doesn't know what his purpose is. And so now he's going to go on a retreat to a beautiful beach island. And he also, as thanks, gave us some squid oil that he expressed this morning. Seems real good.
Oh, my stars. Again, there's bubble baths and vacation. It's a lot about just taking care of yourself.
This is a game with very good messages to share with anybody who plays it. So you're going to see me frequently doing 2 screen transitions right after killing one of those bats. It saves a ton of time versus just waiting for them to explode forever.
I won't lie, I'm kind of in love with something called a cackle bat that gives dark magic. I think it's my new Patronus.
Absolutely.
And it's got pumpkins and scarecrow, and again, bubble baths. This game has it all so far, and it's only so far. Where can it go from here?
Well, it also has friendship, where you give things that you borrow back, and in exchange for giving a library card back, you're given 100 monies. Alright, so that's going to be our first shopping trip. We've got some pirate flares, which are quick travel items. We've got an attack power-up that lets us attack just a little bit faster. And then, to top it all off, we went ahead and we bought another power-up that we'll use in a later boss fight.
Okay, I read Saliva Island. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, no, that's where we are.
Okay. I don't think I was prepared for this run. I don't think anyone was. It's a mystery game.
That's right. So, what you're going to see through a lot of this playthrough, and definitely through right here, we end up getting to, since we have all these movement power-ups, we're going to be going through a lot of the stuff that we would be doing in this game kind of backwards, because it just ends up being faster.
Shantae has the ham stink. I'm pleased.
Yes, it's very important. So that was Twitch and Vinegar, the two girls that I just talked to. They were here on vacation. They were hoping to be swimming, but somebody turned off the water. So we're going to try and help them with that real quick. That's a Gigalummox.
Friend! I see dinosaurs, I say friend. Friend!
He's definitely a friend. He's going to help us out real quick. So there, you're going to see 3 quick pauses, and that skips a lot of the animation that we're going to see here. So, good news, the water's turned back on.
Oh, good lord.
And now, you know, as you do when the water gets turned back on,
He's
time to go swimming.
Mm-hmm.
One of the lines that I'm going to be skipping is that the water here is very warm and viscous.
Viscous is not a word I generally use for water. But I love this.
Alright, so we also just got a spell, a petrification spell. If we were doing this normally, we would have talked to the guy in this upcoming room already. His wife has been turned to stone, and he wants the petrify spell so that he can reverse it. And we're gonna help him and his wife forever. So, people who've played the first Shantae game on Game Boy Color are probably enjoying what's on screen as well. This is a really cool little Easter egg bonus dungeon for people who enjoyed the Game Boy Color game. But we're going to be using this dungeon just to pick up a couple of keys real quick, just to further sequence break the game. Alright, and coming up, I'm going to kill a couple of enemies. I really want to see Monster Milk. Alright, and once again, we get to skip most of this dungeon, which is quite nice. It's time to just make our way to the boss of this area. There's going to be a plant, which is also a giant eyeball. And again, since we have all of the power-ups from the full game, there's a quick kill that I'm going to be going for here. Hopefully we're going to get to see it.
You did it!
Alright, so that was that. One boss down, only a few more to go. And now for a little bit more of the lore. What we found out so far is that there's a bigger, badder pirate, even worse than Risky Boots. And he is potentially coming back, and we need to stop him. So we're trying to find maps to get all over, basically all over the world, so that we can stop him. And we need to figure out where all of these areas with really intense dark magic, which normally would be where we pick up Risky's equipment, although we've already got it. But, you know, normally where we would find all of the MacGuffins in this game. And thankfully, after every time that we kill a boss, we're going to get a map that tells us where the next place is.
So Risky is your friend now? I think I skipped that somehow.
Yeah, in this game.
It's like
You know, it's
kidnapping friendship.
That's right. It's one of those things where we've got a bigger, badder enemy, so we're teaming up to take the big bad out instead of, you know, fighting amongst ourselves.
Of course, it's solidarity.
That's right. It's a rough ghost spawn.
An enemy of man and my enemy is a friend, etc. Oh,
Exactly.
ghosts!
Yeah, ghosts are great.
They have everything in this game.
Including spiders.
Spiders!
Alright, so coming up is Run Run Roddy Tops. Now's a great time to guess a number of times that I'm going to die in chat. Everything kills you in one hit in this area. You can, in some areas, do a thing called a stake jump, where you jump on top of an enemy and you briefly have invulnerability from it. Only idiots go for those.
Let's see those numbers in chat. Oh, a little more faith, please. Those are some very high numbers. Liz's guess doesn't count. She's being sassy.
Right here I'm going to do a risky strat. Lovely. So there's a lot of kind of waiting around. This is kind of auto-scrollery. I did see in chat the music mentioned. So all the music in this game is done by Jake Kaufman, aka Verb. Pretty well-respected musician in the game world. I think most people know his work primarily from Shovel Knight, but he's done tons and tons of amazing soundtracks.
I definitely primarily know of Shantae from the GDQ load screens and things I've said. So I've been jamming out to this music for a long time.
Yeah, his music is so good. That was a close one. Alright, so coming up, we're going to start seeing a bunch of tombstones. Some of them are alive, and you just kind of have to memorize which ones can kill you.
Are we still on the whole insta-kill, I'm gonna die soon?
Oh, absolutely. As long as I'm carrying this character called Roddy Tops around, everything kills me.
Okay, because so far I was like, I don't know when it started or ended, but so far people who said 0 are winning. So
That's
good
true.
job.
There's one screen that's particularly treacherous still coming up. And then there's one other one that's medium treacherous coming up.
That's true.
So-
That's how I like my treachery. Medium.
Medium treachery, absolutely.
Medium rare treachery.
Alright, so coming up after these crushers is going to be a trick called Taco Jump. If this enemy allows me to go for it, yeah, we're good. And that was one of the worst patterns. I was a little bit early there. But yeah, that was one of the worst patterns that you can get going for Taco Jump, named after Taconator.
I couldn't figure out what those things were, and someone says angry floor ghost seagull. And I
That
think
works.
that that's canon.
Yeah, we just call them Stevens. Because we can't think of a polite word for them.
Ghost.
Ooh, there's that treachery.
Even sounds great.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
there's
can't think
one!
of yeah, there wasn't too much that I could have done about that. Aside from going slow.
Which we can't do.
That's right, it's terrible. Who likes going slow?
It's against the rules. You make it look so effortless that I'm like, are you still in danger? I don't know.
And now you know.
It does happen occasionally.
Okay, so now we're pretty much home free. I'm gonna tease a bat real quick, but other than that, we're pretty much home free.
I'm just so charmed by everything that's going on. And I'm being a little quiet because I'm just like, there's a lot of gasping and wishing I lived on every one of these islands.
So, bit of a lore update. We just found out that Roddy Tops she was faking it. She told us that she was gonna die and that she couldn't run home herself. But she just wanted to get a free ride.
Wow. So much for friendship. Get that shriveled thing.
That smells.
I assume we will find out what it is at some point, and I will regret being excited about it. This seems like that kind of game.
Alright, so in a moment, I'm going to be doing a thing called a delayed charge. I'm going to build up a dash charge and then hit the screen transition. There we go. And there's a couple of spots in this game that if you're dashing through them, just kill your dash for some reason. And that's one of them. And we didn't have to deal with it because of that delayed charge, which is quite nice. Alright, so once again, we're going to have an area where we kind of go through the entire thing backwards. We're pretty much skipping all of the important puzzles here. Because we're playing pirate mode. We already know how to play the game.
Is there generally a lot of puzzles in the game that we're not seeing?
There's a tremendous number of puzzles in this game, and they're all really quite good.
But you just dash right past them, because meh.
Alright, so we've got a bunch of super pike balls, which is quite nice. Oh, I see a question in chat that's quite a good one. I did not need to get the essence. I'm going to be picking it up on the way out.
So is it possible to do a dark magic run without New Game Plus?
Oh, absolutely. And JT Norimaki, who I think I see in chat, is really one of the people who is just totally brilliant at the non-New Game Plus, the normal mode runs.
And what's the time differential on that? I mean, this one is estimated, what, an hour and 10?
Yeah, this one's about an hour and 10. At JT's skill, not too terribly big. Probably, I want to say 20 minutes just out of thin air here.
Really?
But, yeah, it's not nothing, but for somebody of my skill, it's a bit bigger. All right, so we are about to go for a quick kill on an upcoming spider boss. I am going to be hopefully glitching out my multi-jump by taking damage, which allows me to So the desire is to stay airborne, which unfortunately, once a spider stops cooperating, it can be a little bit iffy. So you did see me move to a curative item right before the start of the fight. And I'm going to be canceling out the animation of picking up a map that's about to spawn. You can cancel out most pickup animations with curatives, so any drop that I get that's going to heal me, pretty good drop to get.
You only have 2 hearts. I'm assuming that that's a speedrun strat that normally would have a lot more.
Oh yeah. There is a way to get more hearts in this game. There is a heartsmith. And you're going to see a bunch of little cute heart squids that I could pick up, take to the heartsmith, have them melted down and turned into hearts. But I'm not going to do that because it's slow.
Save the animals.
That's right. Except in this case, saving the animals is kind of good. Because melting the heart squids down, make no mistake, not good for them. Right, so these scorpion girls are occasionally, although not this time, extremely good sources of very powerful items that I'm going to want throughout the run. So anytime that I get a good drop from them, that's a little bit of money grinding that we're not going to be doing.
Oh, you found him!
I did.
Bye, buddy.
So, an important thing to note here, he thought that he was going to a tropical island with scantily clad girls. He was disappointed that he didn't see that. So he gave us his X-ray specs.
Also, I don't think a desert's a great place for a squid on vacation, but what do I know? I'm not a game designer. How much backtracking do you do in this game? I thought it was more going to be a little bit more linear than...
So there's a bit of back and forth in this game. Thankfully, it's not too terribly much, and in pirate mode, where we have all of the items, we don't have to go and, you know, really visit too much off the bat. But you'll see Scuttletown a few times, you'll see Spiderweb Island once more. Here we're going to visit our friend Sky again. She wants to introduce us to her boyfriend and also her parents.
That's a lot to take in.
Yep. Right, so we met her parents. If you talk to everybody, you kind of find out that this isn't really the first time that a boyfriend has perished under sort of suspicious circumstances. Alright, a super monster milk would have been nice there. Not absolutely necessary. So we're just a few gold short. And as we're going through this, super monster milk, super pike balls, and bubbles are items that we really, really want to see. So one of the nice things about the pirate mode is the fact that we get to do most of the stuff that normally requires backtracking kind of up front.
So you're playing this on PC. Is there a definable difference between the version?
Absolutely. So PC and PS4 are the two versions that you want to run. It's also out on Switch, and Switch is a little bit slower, and it's out on DS, I think, DSiWare.
Oh, wow.
And that's unfortunately very slow. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm coming up on a stealth section. It's real good.
Should we stay quiet? Is this like a serious time?
Oh no.
Okay, great.
There's going to be plenty of waiting around.
Can the game hear us?
I don't think so, but now that I've said that, it might prove me wrong and I'd be really embarrassed.
I will laugh as quietly as possible. Also, her outfit looks amazing right now.
It's all metal. So this is Metal Gear Shantae.
Quite literally.
Yep. Alright, so I'm going for the one particularly difficult jump now. Nailed it.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so what we're going to find out has happened is that we obviously have been kidnapped. All of our gear has been taken away. We've been given a new outfit to wear. It turns out that everybody here is very, very nearsighted. They think that they think that Shantae's a princess. They think that we are the princess in that they've kidnapped also all of Shantae's friends. So not only is the princess missing, but they've seen the same princess and kidnapped her 4 times.
So everyone's a princess.
Absolutely. It's canon.
There's princesses all around. One of them's gonna be correct.
So that's where a bunch of those keys that we got earlier came in. I didn't have to go around and pick up, you know, any of the keys, which are substantially slower when you don't have gear. Alright, so good news. The princess is back.
I figured that Roddy would be the kind of person who would enjoy being a princess and not want to escape with you.
So when you talk to all of them, you find out different amounts of really, really upset about this happening. Roddy is 0. Roddy heard that this was happening and decided to hunt you down.
It was like, me too. I'm a green princess today.
Yeah, that sounds really
Yes.
good. I'm in. All right, so we're gonna deliver this golden pickaxe that we just got. Apparently, it's very, very effective at clearing some rocks away.
I admit I love the scorpion ladies too. I think I love everything.
Yeah, the character design, the monster design, really everything about this game is just... It's fun,
It's pretty exceptional in every way, yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you ever have a chance to play it casually, or did you start immediately on speed?
So I try to give everything sort of a casual, blind, whatever you want to call it, playthrough before I start speedrunning it. So I did get a chance to speedrun the, or to play this casually before I started speedrunning it, but it was the Sound Defense at SGDQ 2015, maybe? I think running this category that really got me interested in this game.
So how long have you been speedrunning it? Since 2015, so a couple years?
Since 2016, I've been doing this.
When you collect all dark magic, how many of those cacklebats are there?
I forget the exact number. Honestly, at this point, it's just
plus?
sort of... no, not 30 plus.
Okay.
It's in the 20s, I think. But yeah, it's
I
one
was
of
like-
those things where I just... At this point, the route's sort of in my muscle memory.
Yeah, I know where they are. I don't count them.
Yeah. I'm getting a bunch of 20s in chat, and chat is very certain about this, so...
Someone else said, question mark, isn't it 21? But yeah, 20 seems to be that.
Rough luck so far. Hopefully we'll get some good drops as things go on. Alright, I am now officially in danger zone.
And you got the super monster milk you wanted.
I did. Unfortunately, I did not get the dash that I wanted.
Oh.
So this might be a 3 cycle. This is real bad. Yeah, it should have been a 3 cycle. That's a bummer. I pushed it just a little bit too far. Not a big deal. Especially in a marathon. It's one of those things where we can recover very easily. So that was a different trick. That was called Momentumless Boots, which is a 1-frame trick, and it keeps all of your momentum through one of those rooms with the save guy in it. So the Squid Baron has decided that he's found his calling. He is meant to be a mid-boss.
If that's a decision he makes, I understand.
Well, we're helping him reach his calling. You know, he's living the dream right now.
He brought his own sparklers.
He's very, very excited about everything that's going on right now.
So when you beat bosses, do they properly die, or... Oh, well...
You know.
Depends.
He's probably fine.
Yeah. He brought his own sparklers, so maybe other fireworks aren't out of the question.
There, see? He's very happy.
Oh.
We have cured his ennui.
All we want is to be important.
That's right. Okay, so now it's time to go just, you know, do a little bit more fetch questing. So this is Bolo. He's not very bright, but if you give him those X-ray specs, they make him look like he might be bright. So he can now identify a ancient fossil for you.
There's other implications for that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you know. So here's one of the only places that you're not going to see me do a quick left-right out of the screen, just because it turns out that the dark magic spawns in a really bad spot for you. And you're not able to just go straight into the screen and collect it.
It seems like this is a pretty straightforward run. Is there not a lot of glitches in this game that you're going to be...
So the primary glitch that you see me using is this risky shuffle, and that's where you see me going left and right and still managing to get a charge off of it. But other than that, no, there's not a ton of, you know, super demanding glitches. This is a really good first speedrun for somebody who just wants to get into it. All right, and just for funsies, I'm going to go ahead and pick up just a little bit more additional damage.
I am in love with every island we go to.
Yeah, they're all real great. Alright, going for momentumless boots in a moment. And unfortunately there, I got to show off what it's like when you fail it.
How much does the difficulty ramp up per island? Because this one seems a lot trickier already.
It's pretty linear, I would say. This island is without a doubt the most dangerous. So without that auto potion, I should have bought another one. Without that auto potion, I'm in a little bit of danger here. So this took that room a little bit easier than I normally do.
So, chat support, please. Spam those faiths.
Unfortunately, I just showed off what happens when you miss one of those delayed charges.
So we're still on the way to kill the big bad pirate guy?
That's still our goal.
Surprise ghosts.
Yeah, those ghosts are they're real fun. They can spawn in super bad spots, which we just saw.
Is there a lot of RNG in the game?
Not a terrible amount. Those ghost spawns are one of the most prominent areas of RNG.
So some is unlucky but not game breaking.
Yeah. Other than that, it's really just item drops, which you're going to see me take stock of in a few moments, so that I know how much gold I need to grind, because I'm at one of the best grind spots in the game. And the answer is a bunch. That sucks. So now would be a great chance, if chat has any questions about this run, for them to start sending them my way.
Yeah, we want some questions, please. This is probably going to be boring. You're going to read them.
Well, I also have to to keep an eye on
How much money you got. I'll find some.
that
I'll
money
try
and
not to
also
do-
that ghost, which is real great.
The one ghost.
Yeah, it has one spot where it can really troll you.
Someone asked which boss is the hardest for you.
That's tough. The silly answer would be the final boss. Anybody who caught my SGDQ run of this category might remember that it was a race against JT Norimaki, and the boss managed to break out of the stun lock that I had him in. And that was the thing that cinched the race in Nori's favor. It was a fantastic race, and it was super close. Anybody who hasn't watched it, watch it because Nori is amazing, not because of me.
Are you using a controller to play? Sounds
I
like it.
am, yes. And at this point, I think that it's pretty well established, actually, that keyboard is a little bit faster just because of a little bit of control optimization. There's one glitch that I go for if you see me jumping and shooting into a door. That is going for a quick entry. It's very difficult on a controller. It's not easy, but it's easier on a keyboard.
Are you going to be doing anything at SGDQ coming up?
I will be, yes. I am going to be running Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, which I'm super looking forward to showing off. I'll actually be showing off a preview of that run tomorrow evening.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be.
And
in that
now
too.
everybody is watching me just do a little bit of gambling. Gambling's fun. Gambling is super fun, and so we've done it. Yeah, it's the best part of the run. I had to flip a coin and predict what the outcome was going to be. We just mashed through the heads because it's a 50-50 shot. There's no strategy to it. Alright, so it's time for us to finally go into the real dungeon of this area. We were just given by a character who I believe is meant to be kind of foreshadowed to be Shantae's father, Manly Musk. And that makes us smell bad, which is what grants us entry to one of the best dungeon names ever, the Oubliette of Suffering.
Oh, I love this. There's a game with a lot of smells in it. You don't really see that very often. Get some ham stink. Man musk. Do you have a particular island or dungeon that you like the best that is like, yeah?
Oh gosh, that's tough. The design in this game is so good. I would have a really, really difficult time choosing one that I like the best.
Or a bunch of them that you're always looking forward to?
The music, honestly, in the Oubliette is one of my favorite things. Other than that, the very final area that I'll be going through uses a remix.
Oh yeah.
Of a song from the very first Shantae game. Sorry, I'm going for a quick kill here. I'm listening for an audio cue. So if I go quiet as I'm commentating, that's why.
You can always ask for quiet time. That is important.
No, we are here to commentate. And so coming
but
up,
we're
you're
also
gonna see
here
me
to run a
doing-
game.
Well, yeah. As long as I don't die, it's fine.
I defer to the game being the priority. The rest of it is just like, hey, do you like bats? I'm into it. Do you think it's really important to have to be speedrunning a game where the music doesn't?
That's a good question. It definitely doesn't hurt. I've got a couple of games that I am willing to run despite their music, but in general, if the music doesn't really catch me, it's a tough sell. So yeah, I would say for me that's important, but I know a lot of people who, you know, they enjoy the games that they enjoy, and the music can be monotonous, bad even.
But some people just like playing really terrible games. And I say like in quotation marks too.
I've been accused of being in that camp, so.
Yes. There's always a barrier somewhere. Like the Mohawk and headphone jack thing. It's like, why?
Gosh, that one's tough for me. I get motion sickness to begin with. And then that game is extremely good at helping me remember what motion sickness is really like.
It was quite incredible that most people just had to cover up part of their monitors but still listened and sort of watched the camera, because I think everyone just got ill, just even watching it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
so
we were
here
happy
I'm
that
going
it
for
existed.
a pretty interesting trick. You're going to see me, even though it causes a little bit of delay, I'm killing some wolves en route to my next Cacklebat victim. And if I'm very lucky, I'm going to manage to run right through him. Unfortunate. So that Cacklebat can either jump left or right. If the Cacklebat jumps right, you get a double hit, and it just instantly kills him, and it looks great.
The green guy, is he a checkpoint?
Yes.
Okay. It took me this long to figure out that. You're almost done with the run. I'm like,
that is the save sage.
oh wow. How do you do that without doing that trick?
Well, you can't.
That's incredible.
coming up is a very minor sequence break. Just saves a tiny bit of time as I skip some of the updraft.
Nice, nice. Wow, this is a very large pirate ship and very fragmented.
Yeah, so this is the Techno Barons city. There we go.
Get the back.
I'll play just a little bit hard to get. So coming up is one of my favorite little bits of movement. It looks really, really scary. But you just hold right and you go and thread the needle just perfectly.
Oh, wow. You're saying it looks scary. Is it not scary? Because it looks
No,
very...
you get to just hold right. It's great.
So it's like swag looking, but you're fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so we are coming up pretty quickly on the cleanup portion of this run.
Back to Goth Island with my people.
Absolutely. You've got spiders, you've got ghosts,
Tombstones
tombstones.
that are alive, which is very ironic, but I love it.
Yeah, go fig.
Are there some bats that only spawn later on? Because you came back.
So that one, it's all about not wanting to have that fight with me in a lower power state. I knew that I was going to be, picking up a couple of damage items. So just there's no lost time in taking that one later.
Oh, that's a good point, because it's on the way.
Yep. So I'm going to point out that we just we traded the spirit, who was otherwise unknown, for the spirit of Joe, who looks exactly like the spirit, except he now has a mustache.
Adventure game humor?
Absolutely. Alright, so now, ironically, we need to go and help out the Ammo Baron, who has kind of taken over the town that we love, transformed it into this weird, Ammo Baron looking place that we don't like much. But right now he's trying to fix his cannon. And one of the things that he needs is all of his compatriots. So it turns out Twitch and Vinegar in cahoots with the Ammo Baron.
So what?
Yeah, go fig.
You said this game was about friendship.
It is about friendship. They're friends with the Ammo Baron.
Ugh. Competing friendships.
But it's okay, we're helping him. He's on our team right now.
Okay.
So we got that targeting module a little bit earlier. Oh, by the way, yeah, really, really tough luck here. Sky just got dumped. Apparently being petrified, not one of Barracuda Joe's favorite things in the world.
See, that's when you know it's not true love.
That's true.
It happened in Monkey Island, and she was fine.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? So what happened there? That was meant to be targeted on the palace. All right, quick mental math, cool. Let's go ahead and... We're gonna be safe, kids.
What does Monster Milk do?
It increases your damage, and Super Monster Milk triples it.
Oh, wow.
Yes, quite nice. There we go. So, a little bit too much. My quick mental math was wrong. Not a big deal. Rather have too much money than too little. Now it's time to go and take out the boss at the heart of this frozen wasteland.
Oh, did you skip him before?
Yeah, so before we couldn't even get into the dungeon.
Oh, wow.
So that cannon was meant to take out the palace. But Bolo is very, very smart. Wait, no. The other thing. So he created that targeting module upside down, front, side, back, and inside out. Turns out that was perfect for bombing the Techno Baron. Not so great for, you know, doing anything like destroying the palace like the Ammo Baron really wanted to do. Now it's time for... Hey, we got a quick entry. Nice. So now it's time for the next boss, the Steel Maggot. This boss is completely RNG. It's terrible. Nobody likes it. Okay, never mind. I love it. It's wonderful.
Favorite boss from now on.
Best boss.
Until next run.
Well, yeah, then it's terrible again.
It heard that your friends were being jerks, so it was like, I'll be your friend right now.
Yeah.
Who's the spooky map guy that I love?
So the Tinkerbats are normally Risky's minions, essentially. We're not ever really sure what they're doing here. As far as we're aware, they are they're in cahoots with the final boss that we're going to be definitely only visiting and not unleashing right now.
Oh, for sure.
The Pirate Master.
Just a friendly little visit, saying hi to the neighbors.
That's right.
At a lonely grave. Oh, no.
Okay, so real talk, that could have gone better. So I'm going to shut up now. This is, without a doubt, my favorite song in the entire soundtrack. It's, like I mentioned, it's a remix of a song from the first Shantae game. Alright, so what you're going to see me attempting to do here is called the quick climb. Alright, that went well.
There you go.
We're gonna be safe. We're gonna be safe kids today.
Because marathon, because stream,
Yeah.
because.
Anything can go wrong here.
Because of the horrible things he does.
Alright, so this is the Pirate Master. Phase 1 is pretty easy. He's giving me wonderful spawns so far. I've never killed him that fast before. That's neat.
Hey!
Alright, so, this is bad. He's stolen all of my equipment. Also, he's big. Alright, so phase 2 and phase 3, getting hit kills me.
Faith time.
So the bubble protects me from any of these energy shots. Alright, so we are going to be made to give away all of the dark magic because otherwise he's going to kill Risky. But it's good magic now, so that's really, really good.
You purified the magic.
That's right. So Shantae's a half genie again. So here you can see it claims that I'm doing 999 damage. It's a liar, which is why I'm still using all of my damage increasing items.
This guy is nothing to scoff at. Look at this.
Yeah, he's pretty mean. Alright, so time is going to be coming up, assuming that I get a 1 cycle here, which I should. Time will be coming up on the 4th time that a cannonball hits the Pirate Master. So it's possible to stunlock him here. I've only seen him break out of a stunlock once. And time.
107.17.
Not too bad.
Not bad. Wow, this game is so amazing. Thank you
It's
for
a super fun
introducing
game.
this to me.
Absolutely. So for anybody who might want to start running this game, there's a super active community, tons of amazing people in the community. There's a great Shantae Discord, which is linked from the speedrun.com leaderboard. The community is active and awesome and super, super helpful. Full of great people. We should do Risky? All right.
We got time for extras.
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to let these credits, I can fast forward them in just a moment. I want to see what my in-game time was. I also want to point out one very important thing in the credits, because it's going to matter in a moment. So yeah, I'll go ahead and talk about what's going to be coming up then. Now that we've finished this game, I'm going to go ahead and show off a run that we affectionately call Frame Perfect Bull something. So Risky's Revenge. This is a dangerous run. This one might not finish. Probably will. Hopefully will. There's a bunch of frame perfect tricks in this run, and it's not marathon safe, and that makes it perfect for a marathon.
Because showing off and also, ooh.
Alright, so coming up, there's going to be a picture, and it's going to be a little puppy, and that puppy is going to be in the underworld. I want to point out that it's canonical that Wobblebell ends up going to Hades. Wobblebell is not innocent. Wobblebell is, in fact, evil, a criminal, deserving of eternal punishment. Just putting that one out there.
Oh, bad dog.
Wobblebell is the only dog that is not a good boy.
All dogs go to heaven, except Wubble Bill.
That's right. All right, and we are 104.05. That's not too bad.
Oh, it is exactly 20. Nice job, chat.
All right, well, let's get moved over to the next game. As soon as this game allows me to exit. Excuse me, not exit. I do need to show off. This game doesn't allow you to exit. You eat this game.
Eat it.
That's right, I eated this game.
Yeah, game.
Absolutely. So this will be Shantae Risky's Revenge. I will be running any percent. And let's call it 25 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Because this is one of those things that, like, it's either going to go okay or it's going to not. This has been run once before in a GDQ, this specific route. It was done by Toucan Sham, who is absolutely amazing.
So this is a completely different game.
Oh yeah, totally different game. So this is a prequel to what everybody just saw.
Oh! Yeah, I see the art style's a little different.
And just let me know when you're ready. All right, let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so to start out with, there's going to be a bit of a grind. I'm hoping to see 40 money or better before the giant gem falls from the sky. And it's all RNG here with these scarecrows. So you're going to notice that, unlike the last game, I'm going to be backdashing a lot. This game is basically Symphony of the Night in that backdashing is the fastest way to travel. And once again, I mentioned with the previous game that keyboard's a little bit faster. Keyboard's faster with this game as well, but I don't like to follow instructions, so we didn't get anywhere near. So there's two things that we could do. You could grind out the extra money, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to do a thing called Hikeless. Alright, so we picked up an egg.
It is a double surprise mystery game. There's always another secret.
Absolutely. So, you're going to notice sometimes those inputs drop. You can just mash with the keyboard, the backdashes. Unfortunately, when you're playing with the controller the way that the game is programmed, it'll just sometimes drop inputs, which is neat, super fun. But I'm stubborn, and I continue playing with a controller.
Yeah, nobody tells Tina what to do.
Alright, so here's Risky Boots. She's not our friend this time. And we've just been introduced to Tinkertub. We'll see him a little bit later as well, but for now, I'm going to do what I can to just cause a little bit of property damage.
I love Boat Friend.
And hey, we got a Super Saiyan jump. This is great. So, frame perfect trick because I have to wait for the next cycle. So, Super Saiyan jumps are great. Alright, we've got 2 so far. It's the only frame perfect trick in this run that doesn't matter. Alright, so now we're going to be found sleeping on the job. Our job is ostensibly the guardian of this village. So, real bad news. The mayor's going to come, he's going to see that we were sleeping on the job, the pirates have already gotten away, we have just lost our job.
This is brutal. I was doing my best. I punched a boat.
Multiple times. Not good enough.
Some people never listen. They don't believe in you.
So, one of the things with Shantae games, and this is pretty much all of them, you're not allowed to leave town until you've saved. This game only allows safe kids out of town.
That's a really interesting thing. Oh, so this is what it looked like before all the pumpkins and such.
Yes, indeed.
See, I'm seeing things in reverse order, so this is amazing to me. I know this place!
And once again, music by Jake Kaufman. It's super good. Alright, so now we're gonna meet our good friend Roddy Tops. We're gonna find out that she's about to eat Wobble Bell, and we can't have that. So we've rescued Wobble Bell from becoming a snack.
We find out the truth about Wobble Bell later. That's interesting that they do the foreground, background thing.
Yeah, I don't think that this was particularly popular, because they only did it for this game and then they got rid of it.
I only know like one other game that does that, and that was on PS1. I can't even remember the name. But it was very confusing.
Yeah, it's a neat idea, but I can see why, you know, people didn't like it. Taking damage here, not too big of a deal.
You have more hearts this time. Are you going to be getting more hearts in general?
I will be picking up one more heart, specifically because the final boss requires a frame-perfect trick that also requires spending health to attempt.
Well, that'll do it.
Yep. Alright, so I just want everybody to know, Wobble Bell is a thief. Wobble Bell knows what he did.
The only not good dog. Can you pet Wobble Bell?
I just did. I mean, as much
Yes.
as is going to happen.
See, there's a lot of things
Petting
about
is
what
that
you
thing
can
where you
peck
kill
about.
something with your hair, right?
It's close enough. You can touch the dog.
Yes, you can touch the dog. That's definitely true. So this is
buddy.
Squid Baron. We just delivered that tasty meal that we were given as a reward for saving Wobble Bell's life to Squid Baron. He then dined and dashed, so we're not happy with him. And he's gone for the rest of the run. We'll never see him again.
Okay, bye, dude.
Yep.
Shantae, a game about friendship?
Yeah, totally. So normally, in a PB attempt, I would have a pike ball here, which makes all of this much, much easier. Kills enemies for you. Well, you all just saw how good a pike ball is. It also destroys all of these blocks ahead of you, which is quite nice. But no such luck here. We're gonna take a hit, not a big deal.
Did you get that key or does it drop?
It dropped.
Oh.
And now I've got it.
Would you say this game is more or less linear than Shantae Pirate's Curse?
Oh gosh, this game is way, way less linear.
So you're doing a lot of double backing when you do everything?
Not in this run, but in the actual game, yes. Yeah, if you're playing this casually, this game is very, very back and forth, a lot of puzzles. It's a really fun game for the type of person who enjoys puzzle games.
You're doing any percent, which is 25 minutes, and what about the 100%? How much longer does that take?
Oh gosh, somebody in chat can tell you that. I don't run 100%. Any percent is
Really?
great because it's short and has a bunch of cool tricks. 100% has a bunch of super cool tricks, but it's not short, and that's a problem.
So you're cutting off a lot of time.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Really? An hour and 20
That sounds right.
for the full run? World record is 120, so oh my, an entire hour change. That's incredible.
This is another spot where not having the pike ball, pretty rough.
Of the two games, which of these did you get into first?
Definitely Pirate's Curse.
You saw that at the GDQ, decided that was the one?
Yep. And then a 12-hour challenge, rolled around and I decided this looks like fun. And this is one of those runs where, because of the fact that it's got a bunch of frame-perfect tricks in it, your first run is going to take you several hours to complete, but it's super, super rewarding to get it done.
So even though it's a short run, it requires a lot more of those exact moments.
Yeah. Too bad with the night fights. Alright, so we're coming up on the monkey fountain. One of the things that these games normally do is they have transformations. And the only one that we're going to see in this run is the monkey. But normally you can transform into all manner of different creatures. The monkey is great. You can climb walls. We won't be doing any of the things that give us upgrades to the monkey, however.
Oh, cute little monkey.
Yeah, it's great.
Is that just a power-up you can use all the time now?
Absolutely. So here I'm going to be going for one side. I'm going to stick to the left side. A little bit faster, a little bit tighter timing than using both sides.
Is your hitbox also different?
Absolutely. So the monkey's hitbox is pretty much what it looks like.
Oh wow, that's necessary.
So one thing that I haven't mentioned that I'm doing as I leave any sort of building is I am jumping and whipping as I hit the loading screen, or the loading zone. And that just cancels a second and a half's worth of animation as I leave.
And there you go, backtracking all the way.
Yep. So there is a quick travel in this game, which is quite nice. That's what that warp was. You'll see me use a different type of quick travel in just a little bit. Alright, now it's time to go shopping. So normally I would have much, much less in terms of gold money. One more thing that I'm going to do that I definitely wouldn't do if this was a PB attempt. We are going to be extra safe because frame perfect.
Are those potions to help with that trick that takes your health off?
Yep. And then the magic potions are to help with the frame perfect trick that I'm about to do. Now is a good time to explain it, I think. So the trick that I'm about to do is using that spell that I should not have just cast. And I'm going to use that to push me 1 pixel into a wall to get a wall clip. And at that point, I'm going to get, hopefully, a double jump. So... Oh dear. Alright, let's go ahead and reset that screen.
Time for faith and jab.
Pollet Bay, super fun to do fast. Super fun to screw up, too, turns out.
One of those is a lot easier to do.
Okay, so that was the double jump. The frame window for the jump that I'm about to do is also very, very narrow. And I missed it. Perfect. So I get to talk about it a little bit more. So every time that you see that puff of smoke on my feet, I have a 1 frame window to jump off of it.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so now we're at the final area of the game. A little bit of a wrong warp there.
Oh, this is trippy to see in the dark.
Alright, so coming up is the fight against Tinkertub. So, Tinkertub is kind of like Aghanim in Link to the Past. You know, you can get blue balls or not. With Tinkertub, we can either get anchors or not. It's a 50-50 shot. The most anchors that we'll see is 8. Of course, the least that we will see is 0. Given at this point, I don't think that I'm going to be on PB pace. I want to see 8, you know, just for funsies. So this fight should be pretty familiar to everyone. It's exactly what we start the game with.
Punch in a boat.
Yep. Sometimes a boat fights back in this one, though.
It's good to return to your roots. That's not a hair joke, or it is. I don't know anymore.
love to see some heart drops here, just to give me a few more shots at the quick kill before I have to use a potion. Alright, so now it's time for the final fight. I am going to take damage, and I want to hit this final boss, Nega Shantae, on the same frame that I lose my invulnerability frames. I'm just gonna go ahead and get that equipped. So, time comes pretty suddenly. As soon as we see the black bars, I'll call it. Time.
21:03.
Not bad.
Pretty good for a stream and everything, too.
Yeah.
Everything can go wrong when people are watching.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm super happy with that.
I am so glad that we got a mystery game, and not just one, but two for everyone's trip. So they held out and then checked in, and what do you know, it's Shantae.
Yeah, thanks for having me on to do this. Super fun.
We can only be so lucky. Thank you so much for showing this. I think we are ready to take a short break, and then we will be back with Spyro, the remastered trilogy, which I am so excited about.
Oh,
and if you're not excited, oh, I'm so excited! I don't think I've ever seen it properly speedrun yet before. Let me. Yeah, oh, so 120% the original from the new trilogy. Again, all new stuff that I haven't seen before, so I'm so thrilled. So stay tuned, and we will be right back.